Welcome to the Knowledge Find IT viewers. Today we are going to learn how to draw the KMeans clustering using the Python library. In our previous video, we have learned several things related to the scatter plot creations and the bar chart creation using the Python libraries. Here also we are going to use the Python library, that is matplotlib and the sklearn. Yes, before going to the demonstration, first we need to get the definitions of the K-means clustering. Actually, clustering, which means normally we are drawing the scatter plots by entering the points in the x-axis and the y-axis. So that is the K-means clustering. It can be used in almost every domain. We can range several data. We can take the several data from any kind of informations. From that data, we need to group the category of data. Let me take an example. That is, in our country, there are so much of people speaking the variant languages such as Tamil, English, and similar. So we can group all of the data into three categories. So first we need to collect the data. After it only we need to classify the data using the K-means clustering. So we are going to use the library, that is Python library, sklearn, to demonstrate this graph. Here this is the graph we are going to get as an output. That is, here the x-axis and the y-axis also has been analyzed through the Python library, and according to the definition, here we pointed out the 5 groups from the particular sample. And after the grouping, we need to point out the centric point of each 5 groups. So let me move to the demonstration. I'm going to go to the Google Chrome and I'm going to use the Google Colab as I did in the previous video. So I'll search the Google Colab in the address bar. Wait for a minute. Yes, I need to put the name for my notebook. I am putting the name as KMeans Clustering. Let me start. First, I need to import the libraries and the package that I want to code the further. So I'm going to import the library, that is numpy, and I need to reuse that library. That's why I assigned the object for each library. I assigned np for numpy library, and additionally I need the matplot library. So I'm importing the matplotlib. It is accessed by the pyplot package. That's why I put pyplot, and I stored this library in the plt object. And also I need the sklearn for the clustering, and I need the data set. So I need to import the package that is dataset. Actually, in the clustering, we are using the make blobs. We are creating the blobs. So I need the make blobs function. So I need the library that is make blobs. So that's why I imported the make underscore blobs library. So we need three libraries, that is numpy, matplotlib and sklearn. I'm going to execute and import all of three libraries. Please wait for the minute. Yes, there is a spelling mistake. The data set should be in plural. So I need to change the data set into data sets. And I'm going to rerun the code. Yes. Actually, I imported the package. That's why I didn't get the output. So I'll move to the next part. I'm going to create the variable and take the data set. So I create the variable as data set equal. Inside of data set, we are going to create the blobs, which means scatters. So under these blobs, we need to pass several parameters. First, I need to insert the number of samples, which means samples of data. Here, all of the scatters, which includes 5 groups, all of the number of points. So I need the 200 data. That's why I put 200. And another parameter is I need to define the center. So I put center as 5. Then I need to enter the features. Then I need to assign the parameter cluster standard deviation, which means it is the distance between each of the scatters. I'll put the value as 1.6. Then I need to state the random state. I put 50. Random state, which means for the particular group, which means for individual groups, I'm going to take the 50 sample because the total sample is 200. I'm going to take 5 groups. That's why I'm going to divide 200 by 5. So in each of the group, I'm going to have the 50 samples. Here I'm going to print the data sets. So I'll write print and put the data set. Here all of the values are coming under the array. Here I'm going to pass those data set into the array. That's why I create the new variable that is points. I'm going to take the data set into array first index. That's why I put 0. And I'm going to execute the code. Here I am going to add several library, which means we are using the KMeans cluster. So I need to import the KMeans library. That's why I'm getting this KMeans library from the sklearn cluster package. Then I'm going to import the KMeans. Okay, I'll run. Actually, I import the KMeans. Here I'm going to create the variable to declare the KMeans value. That's why I need to create the new variable. I'm going to create the KMeans variable as KMeans equal. I'm going to use the KMeans function. Under this KMeans function, I'm going to pass the number of clusters. And I need to put the value of number of clusters. I'll put 5. I'm going to execute the code. Then I'm going to just copy that variable. I'm going to print that KMeans. That's why I copy. If you like to print that value inside the print statement, you can use the print keyword. Before printing this KMeans, I'm going to fit those points under the x-axis. So it's display the number of clusters. That's why I use the fit function. Under this fit function, I need to store the numeric values it has stored in upon the array value. Then I'm going to draw the plot. So I use the object that is we assign by the matplot library. We assign as PLT. I'm using the scatter function. I'm going to represent the data set. Actually, we are going to draw the graph. So the graph is in the 2D dimension. So here I need to pass the deviation between 2 points. That's why I create the y_km. And I'm going to put the color for it. Here the S means the width of the points, which means the width of the bullets. I just copy and paste all here. Because I need the 5 sample, that's why I just copy and paste and change the color. That's the only thing. And I have changed the array length because we are going to retrieve the number of groups, that is 5. That's why I ordered the array from 0 to 4. Here I'm getting the 5 groups. You can observe all of the scatters are in different color. Thanks for watching.